Did you know that Durk's father was quoted in the news as saying that Durk would be released on bond after 3 attempts? His attorneys made an offer that was too good for the judge to turn down.
For the bond hearing for my son, for the release for the 3rd time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's gonna give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
As a result, the judge took for days to reach a verdict. Unfortunately, the press reported that Lil Durk would be refused bond because he was literally too wealthy. The feds said that in order to be given bond, Lil Durk would have to go bankrupt and give up all of his belongings because they are afraid he may use his wealth to extort witnesses.
Bond for Lil Durk. Let me tell you about what options he has left and why the bond was denied this time. Now, he's in federal court on a murder for hire charge where he faces the possibility of life in prison. What that means is, under the federal law, it is presumed that you do not get a bond because the charge and the penalty are so serious. So your lawyer has to go out there and show why you should get a bond. Now, ultimately, what the district judge decided to deny the bond on was a couple of factors. There's a couple $1 million being put up, but it's not all being put up by Durk. Some of it is from the label, and ultimately Durk has a lot more money and assets than what's being put up. So if I let him out on bond and he tries to flee, he's going to have tons of assets and money at his disposal.
If you think Durk was denied bond because he's rich, you know nothing about this case, was the tweet that went viral. I discovered the evidence files, and it's quite alarming. The new TED body cam footage of him begging to snitch against Durk and F members has changed this case. Da's brother literally just snitched on everything, but they chose to keep it secret to surprise Durk's lawyers. Since Ted is Dee Dee's brother and Durk's main hitter, his lawyer's lengthy bond proposal paperwork left many wondering what Ted said to the federal government. However, Ted was apprehended by authorities at a nearby convenience shop while carrying a pistol.
Really?
Dude had it. What about that? A man had it with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
While being taken into the police station, tears were streaming down his face, and he said, "I swear I'll tell y'all about the..."
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
Being positioned within the waiting cell, Ted can be seen sobbing uncontrollably and wants nothing more than to rat on murderers.
Wait, hold on, you gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? 7 what you saying, man?
We're gonna see what we can do for you, alright?
We can see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a bus to prison. Relax.
Give me No, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
And thought Day was snitching when Day's last name appeared in court documents. But we now know it was Ted. Vaney was even suspected of snitching, so Durk's best friend Bazoo helped to defuse the situation.
Don't know what's going on, but them people that's in them courtrooms, man, for real. Them be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what the be going on for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird as hell. That's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all threw the jams rumors out there. Now y'all talking about money a snitch, gang. A snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on for real. On my kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because of you, y'all be trying to get them put under the jail.
Things get really confusing when DJ Academic talks about Vonye allegedly snitching against Durk.
When you see Flacco post something, you almost gotta be like, look at this headline. Lil Durk found out that his co-defendant OTF Vonye, King Von's cousin, filed for protective custody when they came to court. Okay. That sounds so crazy. This is why we have streams like this. This is, you know, I'm not gonna get on anybody or anything like that, and I'm not gonna ever say that I haven't, you know, maybe jumped the maybe once in a while, but I definitely do aim to be correct, and I never try to be incorrect out of malice, right? This is why we love to bring up the paperwork and try to explain it, and also increase everyone's knowledge on stuff, because a lot of times these days the headline is way better than the story.
Following the announcement that Durk's friend Glee had died in Chicago yesterday night, a widely shared comment said, "Has anyone heard from Jam after he snitched on Durk?" Upon Durk's release, he will post further bounties on his ops and anyone engaged in his case, but it appears he already did. Many members of the F-Gang are dying, but he has been absent for months after being exposed as a snitch on DJ Vlad's show.
A guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam
now
got
he
him
put
in a
everyone
jam.
in a jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case, but eventually he flipped.
This made the news. The headline said, OTF Jam was discovered by F members hiding out in a crib outside of Atlanta. According to sources, Jam was punished for snitching on Durk, and there was a picture of the scene outside the house where he was staying. However, since JM gave the feds the evidence, more than 230 gigabytes of digital evidence, including audio recordings, video surveillance, and 20,000 pages of reports, are being treated as a fresh court update for discovery. The feds believe that Jam is the key to putting Durk in jail for all three crimes. According to the new charges that Durk faces because of James snitching, the first is Stephen Mack, who Durk's brother Dathing dealt with. The second is Jam's baby mom, who was removed after Durk learned that Jam was snitching. And the third is this Instagram Live where Durk noticed Jam was wearing a wire.
Give me the check on your man. I heard you got his head. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I used to have a dare. Architect. Having a hope, I'm having a dare. School's out of town.
It was revealed that Durk had been playing 3D chess the entire time before getting detained. So he knew Jam would comply when he started acting strangely.
I see shit from a mile away.
I don't think people realize that.
I can have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your is gonna cooperate.
But Durk spoke further on it as he shared that he stopped letting his friends to his house.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be my best friend never been to my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
I promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids, cause it's like I'm just a different type. I'm not the. We can have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the. You gotta watch.
Everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta. Everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody. Hey, you go too. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play.
Avoid playing F. During this Instagram stream, Jam's the same individual Durk gave $50,000. Two snitched on the folks in the background.
Steady crying, huh?
He's steady crying. Feed him. Feed him.
Get in the middle so big mama get the trigger, bro. See that?
Feed
For my
him.
baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. It's too much. Crazy though. Motherfuckers sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and the internet games and all this. Up some money, do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Not what I want, do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof.
Bro got out what?
You know that we did.
How many you did off?
How many years I did it now?
Yeah, that's your last bit. 12?
12.
That boy popped out 12 years.
Yeah.
So much money. We really just get in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy. Solitary stone.
We just looked at him, man.
Let's go over there.
What up, bro?
Boss, you good? My boy. That's good.
They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money man just stepped in.
But with Durk being investigated for Stephon Mack's passing,
When Durk was being investigated for Stephon Max's death, a video of Durk praying for Dang was revealed in court because it was uploaded about 30 minutes after Stephon was removed. And the following day, Durk was seen laughing live on.
You can't see other shit, boy. What? Tweaking my folks. Hey, somebody always said slap car. Somebody always said slap car.
But despite everything, Durk still has a chance to be released from prison because the prosecution has been discrediting its own evidence against.
The allegation they backed away from, which is huge. It shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty for the through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy, and now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
According to Durk's attorney, Drew, the only evidence they had on him was his lyrics, which the prosecutors are no longer using against him.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Ak. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
Although Drew said that they want to go the distance in the case, they will not accept any sort of plea deal if it doesn't guarantee Durk's freedom.
You know, likelihood of a plea. I think a lot of people have seen, like, this seems like it's a do or die thing. This is kind of like it's going to be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either are or you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it, just entertain it, because that's your job to listen to it and maybe present it to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy commitment case. It's an all or nothing case, and he did not participate in a conspiracy to commit. And so there is no alternative. It's a life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to go to 12 people.
They are going to great lengths for one reason: in the event that things don't work out, Durk's attorneys will have a First Amendment defense.
It's a First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records, and there are pop records, and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, the First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is violent.
As it looks so good for Durk, lawyers online are even saying he will be released from jail like Young Thug was.
We've seen it happen quite a bit. I don't know that I'd say it's been persuasive. I think the biggest example we look at is Young Thug down in Atlanta. They took a lot of his lyrics, and even though technically speaking, ultimately they got a conviction, He actually walked out on time served. Most of the people that were prosecuted didn't end up being convicted. And I don't think anybody would call that prosecution a successful prosecution. And so, you've got freedom of speech issues. Does it mean that just because I'm saying something in a rap song, and it typically is a rap song, does that mean that I actually did something? And this is an extra interesting twist here, because Lil Durk's attorney is saying, well, this song was actually released months before.
As he also went on to explain how the prosecutors likely don't understand rap culture, this has happened in many cases, just like Young Thugs.
Yeah, and I'll go out on a limb and say that sometimes prosecutors don't necessarily understand hip-hop culture. It's almost like a text without context. So you got to really understand the time, the place, the audience. Sometimes they might speak in ways that seem direct to somebody that's outside of the culture, but doesn't necessarily, but can mean several things to someone inside the culture. So it would certainly be a flub, big time, right? But it wouldn't be the first time that such a thing has happened, where somebody looking through the window, particularly of hip hop culture, doesn't understand what's being said other than their desired use of it.
However, because they've discovered a new potential informant in the press reports, prosecutors postponed Durk's release on bond in order to obtain last-minute evidence against him for the next court. This shows that the authorities are aware that rap artists are usually related to one another. Talk of a new informant is circulating in the courtroom, and since Brick Baby was arrested the week this report was released, it is likely that he is Big U Brick Baby Loose Cannon. The timing of both arrests leads lawyers to believe that the feds will force Brick Baby to give up everything on Durk because, oddly enough, Brick Baby sort of called out Durk for being responsible for Lil Pab's passing in this interview 3 years ago. They also believe that Brick Baby, who was arrested in the most recent gang takedown, will snitch on rapper Durk.
But was this an attempted hit or
They say you can't say that no more.
Then they put you as
Why?
Like,
who died? You can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FBG Cash? Oh, who?
Federal charges in California.
Nah, because Lil Pab.
So this is about the...
Oh! What's that?
But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no more.
Why is that? Then it's people like, you lined up somebody from your hood. Like, listen, I didn't. But at the end of the day, what's wrong with giving my friend the address? Oh, this is my boy. He lost his boy. Who did it could be around. 9 times out of 10, had he had asked me, I probably would have been coke if he even asked anybody, if this is even true. But 9 times out of 10, like I said, can I leak a bar?
Sure.
I said if he make the call right now, I'd something.